We are live. We are live. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we are live. And this evening here on the huddle tonight, I have a question for you. Are you a working class content creator who just feels like you are stuck on YouTube and you feel like your channel is not growing and you've hit a glass ceiling where you just feel like you're not reaching new subscribers and you're not getting more views on your channel? Well, tonight I want to share with you 5 possible mistakes that you could be making that's got you stuck on YouTube and what you need to do to get yourself and your channel unstuck. And we're starting right now. Praise the Lord, everyone. Welcome to the huddle. I'm your host, Walter Strong, where it's our goal to help you as a working class content creator to grow your channel, get more views, and make money online. And as we said in our opening tonight, we're going to be sharing 5 mistakes that you could possibly be making with your YouTube channel that's got you stuck and you feel like you just hit a glass ceiling and you don't see steady and organic growth with your channel. And so, if you're new tonight here in the huddle, let me know in the chat where you're watching me from. And if you're watching the replay of this episode of the huddle, give me a hashtag team replay in the comments section. If you are a returning viewer who's been here with me on the huddle, just put hashtag OG in the chat. And so tonight, we're going to get into this discussion on what's got you stuck and your channel stuck on YouTube, where you just feel like you've hit a glass ceiling. And so that's what we want to have a conversation about. Let's get into the content. Let's get the stream deck fired up tonight. 5 mistakes that you could be possibly making, but more importantly, mistakes that you need once you get unstuck, you need to avoid in making. And so without further ado, let's get into the content. Let's come over here. Boom. Get the stream deck working perfectly. And so tip number one, a mistake that we as content creators can be making if we're not aware of, especially if we've been doing this for a while, we forget our why on why we're on YouTube. We don't remember our why. What got us started on YouTube? What is the channel goal that got us started on YouTube? And as a result of losing sight of why we're doing this, we end up getting to a point with our YouTube channel where we end up hitting a glass ceiling where it seems like the channel no longer has any momentum. We're not reaching a new audience of people. And though we're appreciative for the viewers that we do have, we're not breaking through to reach a new audience that's within our target audience we need to reach. And when we forget our why, what our channel goal is on why we're on YouTube, we can end up being stuck. You know, some YouTube channels that get started, yes, they do get started out of a hobby and out of a passion project or interest. And as people start to go forward with YouTube, they begin to understand the potential that YouTube offers and the benefits that YouTube offers them as a content creator. And so it's important to remember your why. Whether if you started your channel because you want to grow your business, that's your why and your goal. If you started YouTube so that you could begin to increase leads to get more sales for your business, that's your why and your goal on channel. If you started YouTube and you're on YouTube so that you can make money or go full time on YouTube, that's your goal and your why on YouTube. If you're working a full time job as a working class content creator who's working very hard Monday through Friday, and you are a working adult, a working mom or dad, and you have other personal responsibilities and you just want to make money as a side hustle, that's your why and your goal on YouTube. And so it's important to remember that. However, when you lose sight of that, you're like a ship without a rudder. You have no course in terms of what direction you're going through. It's like you have a GPS that's not functioning, but you have no sense or direction of purpose in terms of where you're trying to go with the YouTube channel. You end up being a content creator, unfortunately, that starts to chase after trends. You are a content creator who begins to chase after vanity metrics such as views and subscribers, and over a period of time, that can frustrate you. That can burn you out and make you feel like you are stuck on YouTube. And so, what do you have to do to get unstuck? What do you have to do to get unstuck? Well, reason number one, you got to stay motivated. You can't lose your motivation and why you're doing this. When you stay motivated, when you keep yourself motivated with your YouTube channel and your content that you're making, it's going to help sustain you through those slow periods of YouTube. It's going to help sustain you through those periods and moments and seasons where it's just the growth is just organically slow. You're getting views, you're getting subscribers every now and then, but it's organically slow. And that's not a bad thing. But unfortunately, because we live in a microwave society, we live in a fast food restaurant. I want it now. I don't want to wait. I want a viral video. We lose sight of these things and we lose sight of our why and what we're doing on YouTube. And so as a result, we lose our motivation. However, if you are going to be able to get yourself unstuck, you also have to stay consistent. Now, consistency, you've probably heard uh, a very general and basic definition of being consistent on YouTube, sometimes from uploading videos once a week or twice a week, being consistent in terms of the content you're making. But I want to suggest to you, when I speak about consistency, I'm talking about your content workflow, your process, and how you're putting your content together. Being consistent from the time of doing your topic and your research and working on your content ideas, staying consistent with that. When it comes to your video package for your title, your topic, your thumbnail, and also understanding the timing and when you should be releasing and publishing your videos, or when you should be going live with your live streams, you should be consistent with that. When you go to sit down and start recording videos, so that way you can be able to not only record one video, but to begin to put things together in sort of like of a series or a playlist, you're consistent with it. Yes, life be lifing. Situations and challenges can happen. But if you're consistent in each step of the process, it will help you to remember your why. You have your goal or goals in mind and why you're on YouTube as a working class content creator. And then finally, you have to keep in mind the channel impact, the impact that you're making with your channel. Your impact that is slow, but it's making an impact on viewers who watch your content. I like a quote that Daryl Eves made several years ago, and when a family member was kind of describing him as a young adult, and he referred to him as like a rock or a pebble, and he said to Daryl Eves, that who is the author of YouTube Formula book and has a large YouTube channel and has accomplished many things. He said, Daryl, you can be like this rock. You can be very hard-headed, you can be stubborn, And as a result, you won't be able to produce and make results and make an impact in life. Or you can be like this rock, this pebble, that when you throw it on and skip it upon a lake or a pond, the ripple effect of that rock will be an impact for miles and yards to come further. And so if you get what I'm saying, to make an impact, you have to be like that pond, like that pebble that's thrown into that lake or pond, and then it causes a ripple effect. And so though you may feel stuck, and though your growth is organic and it is slow, you are making an impact. And how would you know that you're making an impact? Through the content. It's through your progress of getting better with each video that you publish. You're making progress and you're making an impact through the live streams and the different form of content that you're posting to help grow your channel. Yes, it may be slow, but the key thing is you're growing. You're not stuck. I think it's important as content creators that we don't fall into the perfectionism trap of trying to be perfect, to make the perfect video, to make the perfect thumbnail, to have the perfect everything that makes this video work so that we can chase vanity metrics of views and subscribers. We shouldn't be chasing after perfection. I subscribe to you. Practice does not make perfect because no one's perfect. But what practice does produce is progress. Practice produces progress. And when you start to progress and get better, you're making an impact with your channel. And so that's the mistake number one. Not remembering why you're on YouTube. Not remembering why you're doing this. I think it's okay to learn from others on YouTube that we see that we deem successful in our eyes and whose channel is growing and reaching certain milestones and thresholds. We should glean from them, we should learn from them, but we should not mimic or copy them. We shouldn't be comparing ourselves to them, because comparison, like perfection, is a trap. It can rob you of your creativity. It can rob you of your joy. It can rob you of remembering why you're doing this. And so avoid this mistake in forgetting your why and your goals of why you're on YouTube. Mistake number two that I want to share with you tonight is underestimating how hard YouTube can be, especially if you're new to this content creation and starting a YouTube channel. Underestimating how hard YouTube can be, underestimating the work you have to put in. I applaud you if you want to start a YouTube channel and you want to start publishing videos that you are passionate about and that you feel you have a story to tell and a message to tell. I applaud you. I encourage you to do that. But at the same time, don't underestimate the work that you have to put in on YouTube. Don't have unrealistic expectations in thinking that you are going to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time in 30 days. That's not realistic. The expectation is not realistic. The goal is not smart. You've heard us talk about SMART goals on this channel. And so when we underestimate the work, the hard work that you have to put in as a content creator, you can end up getting your channel stuck. Now, what do I mean by hard work? The hard work of the learning opportunities that you can end up learning from the mistakes that you're going to make, like with your live streaming, and you have to learn how to live stream and there's not a large audience watching you. And it can get discouraging that you don't have an audience, or you do a whole live stream and you have an audience, and everyone in the chat is saying, "We can't hear you. We can't hear you." But because you're so focused on your run of show, on your presentation, you don't realize that you're muted. And as a result of that mistake, sometimes an individual just says, "Oh, this doesn't work for me. I can't do this." They just give up just like that. But there are learning opportunities through the hard work of learning how to progress and get better on YouTube. There are not only learning opportunities, but the persistency of not being willing to quit when times get slow and the growth is slow. Because when you're persistent, when you have true grit, as Angela Lee Duckworth said once in her TED Talk video on a YouTube video, when you have true grit and you don't give up and you embrace the process of the hard work of developing skills, of learning how to get comfortable and being on camera, it's going to separate you from those who are quit, and then ultimately one day help you to be successful on YouTube. And so, unfortunately, when a content creator or content creators feel like they're stuck and the YouTube algorithm is against them because their videos are not getting in front of the right audience, it's because they're underestimating the hard work it takes to make good quality videos. The hard work it takes to be able to get in front of the right audience. This is a process. The YouTube of 5-10 years ago is not the YouTube of today. I'll say that again to those of you who are watching me live in the chat. Let me know where you're watching me from. Give me a hashtag Team Live. The YouTube of 5-10 years ago is not the YouTube of today. It takes hard work and effort to be able to grow a YouTube channel, to get comfortable on camera, to have good video presentation skills. And so if you feel like you're stuck on YouTube, you feel like your channel has hit a glass ceiling, my question to you is, have you underestimated the work and the effort, the sweat equity that you got to put in to grow your channel? And if you have, this is a wake-up call for you. And so developing skills, and we had 24-hour boss just on last Friday talking about creator skills. And so I'll put a link in the description so you can, after this live stream is over, you can click on that link and learn about the different skills that you need to develop and grow and become better on YouTube, so that you don't fall and make the mistake in underestimating and thinking that this is just something that is easy to do. It's not, especially if you don't have skills such as video presentation and being on camera and being able to do a live stream, because doing a live stream is completely different from doing a pre-recorded video. And so all of these things have to be taken into consideration. Then you take it a step further and we talk about learning how to make good thumbnails, how to make compelling and concise titles that provide a benefit statement to viewers on why they should watch your videos. That takes hard work. That takes effort. That takes skill. And when you underestimate these things, you don't consider these things, you end up stuck on YouTube. Hey, if you're getting great value out of this discussion tonight on 5 mistakes you need to avoid and not making, where you can end up getting yourself stuck on YouTube, do me a favor. Click the like button for me. Hit that thumbs up. Share this on your favorite social media platform. As we move on to mistake number 3. Mistake number 3, making videos that there is no demand for people to want to watch. Making videos that people don't have an interest in wanting to make. Why would we make that mistake as content creators? Or how do we fall into to making that mistake? I believe sometimes we end up not understanding the demand for the type of content that we want to make. We don't understand the demand for it. We say, hey, this is the type of video I want to make. I want to make it for this audience. I want to make videos that for example, that deals with snowboarding. Maybe you're a person who's interested in snowboarding and you want to start a YouTube channel, snowboarding. Is there a demand, a competitive niche? Is there an audience that wants to watch it? And then if you find other channels that there are, being able to do the research, putting in the effort through the research on what types of videos you should be making for that audience. When we fail to do that and we just say, hey, I'm just going to create videos that I'm passionate about, and I'm passionate about snowboarding, but we don't take the time on the important fundamentals on what type of videos that a viewer or an audience wants to watch. If I'm trying to make videos on snowboarding and everyone that watches my videos are nowhere near places where it snows, then as a result, the video doesn't perform as well and it gets low views, and we're frustrated and we feel like the channel is stuck because the YouTube algorithm is against us, when it's not. It's because we are making content where there is no demand for. Or I'll take it a step further. We're making content that there is less a demand for. And as a result, making this mistake can cause our channel not to grow and make us feel like, from the perception, we're stuck on YouTube and we can't grow our channel. And so there has to be a demand for your content. It goes back to remembering your why, understanding your channel goals or goal, being able to know what your content pillars are about your channel, the content strategy that you're going to have, and the planning. All of this is rolled up into the content that you make. Not only should you have a goal for your channel, but you should have a goal for each video that you make. If the goal is to create more awareness to increase leads for your business, if that's the goal, you should be focusing on that, because there is a demand for the particular product and services that you're making the video for. If you are trying to be able to convert viewers to subscribers now to your email marketing list, you have to look at the goal and the demand for why you're doing the email marketing list. So understanding viewer demand, understanding your viewer's journey, also being willing to niche down if necessary with your channel. You say, but Walter, I want to make variety content. I want to make what feels good. I want to be spontaneous. You can do that. If the goal is for you is, if this is just a passion project, if this is just an expensive hobby on YouTube, because it does cost money to have a decent microphone for you to have good audio. You want to have decent lighting. If you're not going to use natural light, you want to have a key light or something. It costs money. So this is an expensive hobby for you. But if the goal go back to that, remembering your why so you can get yourself unstuck. You got to be willing to niche down. Niching down doesn't mean that you are restraining your channel when you feel like you're in a prison, you're confined. No, you are speaking to a specific audience who has questions that you can answer, which is the reason why I put down Q&A videos. If you are a business and you look at the 20 questions that customers ask about your products and services, those 20 to 30 videos can be made because it's made for a specific target audience. And when you have that type of focus, you're making videos there is a demand for, and you don't fall into the mistake of making videos that they have less or no demand for. Which brings me to mistake number 4, not responding to comments. Okay, now you're making some traction. You're starting to make videos that are a demand. There's a demand for, and people now are watching your videos. That's the reason why when you're doing a live stream, you can't get discouraged based upon who's in the chat, who's not in the chat. If there's a low turnout live, your replay audience is where you see the tremendous growth with your live streams. It's the replay. And so when you see the replay and you start to see comments, if you make the mistake and you are not responding to comments in a scheduled time, if you don't schedule time to respond to comments, you're missing opportunities to grow your channel, to be able to get video ideas from viewers who's responding in the comment section. And I'm not just saying, okay, such and such person left a comment in the comment section and you say thank you. I appreciate that you said thank you to the person, but engage your viewers that are leaving comments. Start an open dialogue with them. Responding in the comments section helps you to take a casual viewer to one day becoming a subscriber, to someone being a part of your community, which I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm getting ahead of myself in building community, getting ahead of myself, but prioritizing engagement, scheduling time, building community. Hey, if you're getting great value out of this discussion tonight on how to avoid these mistakes, 5 mistakes that's got your YouTube channel stuck, click that like button for me, hit that thumbs up, share this on your favorite social media platform. If you are new to the huddle tonight, those I see you in the live chat, I see you in the live chat tonight, subscribe to the huddle. Click the alert notification button. If you want to grow your channel, make money online, and be able to make an impact with your YouTube channel, with your audience, be a part of the huddle community. Which takes me to mistake number 5, isolating yourself from a supportive group or community. When you isolate yourself as a content creator, you become a lone ranger trying to create content by yourself. It can get frustrating when you start to go through those periods of slow growth, or you feel like that your channel is stuck. I understanding that because YouTube is a very crowded platform. It's a noisy platform. Over 20 million videos are uploaded each day on YouTube. It can be a challenge. It can be a challenge, but it's important not to isolate yourself and to be a lone ranger by yourself. And so being part of a community of people who have similar interests and goals and passions as you do will help you not to make this mistake. Being willing to collaborate when opportunities come with other content creators where you're able to add value to their audience as well as they're able to help add value to the community and audience that you're building on your channel. If you're given the opportunity to collaborate with someone and you are yet to have an audience, it gives you the opportunity to learn from them on how to build your audience and find your audience and take your audience from being casual viewers to becoming a part of your community. So being willing to collaborate and taking advantage of YouTube features like the community tab, where you can begin to have a discussion with your viewers. Now, I understand it says post tab on the channel. I refer to it as the community tab. I think YouTube should go back to just changing that from a post tab to a community tab. They've given the feature now. So as long as you as the creator feel comfortable, you can allow your audience to engage and talk with you on your community tab or post tab. The bottom line is, don't make the mistake in isolating yourself from a community that can provide you support, that can provide you encouragement, that can provide education and resources to you on how to not get stuck on YouTube. So in summary, 5 mistakes you need to avoid so that you don't get stuck on YouTube as a working class content creator. Number 1, not remembering your why. Number 2, underestimating how hard YouTube can be in the hard work that you need to put in. Number 3, making videos that people are not interested in watching. Number 4, not responding to your viewers in the comments section. Number 6, isolating yourself from a good community who can provide you support. And I understand you say, I don't purposely isolate myself from people. I'm not a person who trusts well. I understand that. I do. I get that. But content creation, in my opinion, is like, if you've ever seen the movie Everest with I think it's Jason Clark and who's the guy who played Thanos? Thanos. I can't think of his name at this moment. It'll come to me. But if you've ever seen Everest, the movie, one of the truths that this movie shares with its audience, those who's viewing it, it lets you know that, first of all, Everest is the most dangerous mountain to climb or to summit. Mount Everest is a mountain that has to be climbed in stages. There's a stage 1 that you need to, what they call, climatize, because the more you go up, the more you use your oxygen. You have to go to stage 2, and then finally to stage 3, where you ultimately get to the highest part of Everest and summit. Also, you have to know how to get back down from Everest in a timely manner so that you don't get at risk to storms that can prevent you from getting down, and you can end up risking losing your life. But one of the main points that the movie makes, Everest is not a mountain like most mountains that should not be climbed alone. You need a group, a team. You need a coach who can help you summit and climb Everest. Now, if that is true in life for mountain climbing, in particular with Everest, if you see the movie, you'll see the results. So when these things are not adhered to, when you are on YouTube and you are isolating yourself and you are trying to climb to get to you're not even getting to the top of the YouTube mountain of a silver play button, but just to get your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time, just to get to the first level, and you're doing it by yourself. The result of you doing it by yourself is it's got you frustrated. The result of you doing it by yourself is got you stuck. The result of you doing it by yourself has got you burnt out. The result of you doing it by yourself has got you to a place where you said, is YouTube worth it when I'm working a 9 to 5 job? I'm a working adult. I'm a working mom or dad. I have family responsibilities, personal commitments, volunteering, church, etc., etc., etc. And that's because you're isolating yourself. And so if you want to get unstuck and grow your channel, you got to avoid these mistakes. So that's the content tonight. I thank each and every person that has been watching and in the chat. And if you've left something of value in the chat, appreciate it. But to my team replay crew who've watched the replay up to this point, hey, click that like button for me. Share this video with another content creator that you know who needs encouragement tonight. And over time, if you put these principles into practice, you will see growth on your YouTube channel in time. That's the content. I appreciate each and every person watching us tonight here on live in the chat and watching the replay. Again, be a part of the huddle, subscribe to the channel, click the alert notification button, and make an impact with your content, with your audience. God bless.